Happy Tuesday, my fellow Cornwallian. This is Patrick Green, and as you can see, I'm coming to you live from the beautiful campus of the best high school in Jamaica. I want to talk to you about something that is very important to me. I'm pretty sure important to the school, and it should be important to anyone who has passed through the gates of Cornwall College. In fact, if you have a relative, right, that went to Cornwall College, this should be important to you. I'm going to share a photograph and have a little conversation about it while I illustrate my point. So this photograph that you're seeing here was taken from behind the administrative building. To the top right is the 7th grade block, or what I knew to be the 7th grade block when I went there. The building to the left on the top floor used to be our art department. The second floor is where we used to have, I'm pretty sure it still has, our woodwork department. And on the ground floor is where metal work used to take place. Now, why am I showing you this? There is this gentleman who, if you went to Cornwall College around the 80s, a few years before that, I'm not quite sure when he started teaching at Cornwall College, but if you went to school during that time, you must know this face. His nickname is Smokey Joe, and we all know that he used to be a chain smoker. But Owen Smith, which is his official name, used to be one of the persons who would be considered one of the pillars at our school. Unfortunately, Smokey Joe passed away in 2017. But before he went to higher status, he left a legacy. The metalworks department was headed by Smokey Joe. And I remember when I used to go to the Costa Cup training during the summer, especially, we used to see him there weeks before school reopens, fixing, repairing desks and chairs to ensure that the entire school population would have desks and chairs to use when we go back to school. He has worked tirelessly. He worked a lot to ensure that the school can be what it is. He also used to be a boarding master, and being a board at Cornwall College as well. I remember him very well. Why am I sharing this with you? The metalworks department, in fact, that entire building that I mentioned before, needs some assistance. A lot of assistance. I'm going to share a video with you right now of what the current status is of the metalworks department. And then after showing you the video, I'm going to come back to you and talk to you about why this is important.
My name is Alex Xavier Hall. It is difficult to work in this environment because we barely have the proper tools to do the job, and our teacher has to bring his own instrument from his house to help us to build the stuff.
My name is Bjorn Cunningham. In the future, I'd like to be a civil engineer. Okay, so our lathe is supposed to create, it's supposed to deal with cylindrical metal or help the creation of cylindrical tools, for example, a screw. If our lathe was working, it could help in the teaching of students, helping them to understand why it's important to have a lathe. However, since it's not working, our teachers would have to go out and purchase screws.
Here we have one of our lathes. We have about 6 of them. Not one is working currently. The department has been somewhat shut down for about 4 years. Since Corona, we had lost our MechTech teacher to migration. We hadn't had the MechTech section of the department running since then. So the area is in a dilapidated state. If you check, you see the desk workbenches need to change. None of the machines are working properly. The room has little to no ventilation. When we work in here, it gets really hot. We have extraction fans to pull the heat from the room. The workbenches, if you can look at the workbenches, they're in a poor state. This is like a pothole in the bench. We have the vice clamps are seized. They can't be used. These are supposed to hold the work pieces so that they can be machined properly. So boys have to hold some of them in their hand. We have non-safe machine over there. Over there we have machines without guards. We have a lot of hazards in the lab. And we need to have the lab running properly so that one, we can have better engineers for tomorrow. Two, our students can work safely. And three, we can improve Cornwall College's scores in the exams coming.
So I help repair the desk by drilling holes, marking them out, fitting them on the frames, spraying the chairs, learning a trade as well.
So there's a push and a drive towards technical education and technical skills. So having a lab space such as this is very important for pushing to that aim of technical skills. So we need, it's not a want, but we need a proper working lab so that we can add to the future of Cornwall College as well.
My previous position, I was in the position of Dean of Academics. So I saw all of the option sheets for the grade 9 boys going over to grade 10. And these boys, there was a high demand for the skill areas. Speaking about food and nutrition, the TD, the Electech, MechTech. And for example, for this year, we had 120 boys selecting electrical technology. However, we could not keep all 120 boys in electrical technology because we just don't have the facilities. My vision as we transition to a STEM school is that every single boy in a given year group should be able to participate in the industrial arts department fully. So therefore, they should be able to choose at least one skill area in this department. If we had the resources, it would make us the premier STEM school in Western Jamaica. And that is what we want. Our boys are very interested in the areas, but limitations or resources.
All right, my fellow Cornwallians, and those who wish Cornwall College well, you have seen that video. You have seen that there is a real need for resources to ensure that our school can function the way it needs to function. Boys are depending on us to be able to help them to get the kind of education that they want. At our last dinner dance in South Florida, the Florida chapter raised a good amount of money to help in this regard. But there is need for more. There's a need for at least $40,000 to help to bring that entire building, or in fact the metalworks department, back to what it was when Smokey Joe Owen Smith was in charge of it. What we're asking you to do is to help us to achieve that goal. Now, in the last 50 years, Cornwall College has graduated around 10,000 students. 10,000 students. If we want to raise an additional $20,000 to add to what was raised before, it means that we need only 2,000 students to give $10, and that will give us the 20,000. If we get 1,000 students and each student gives $10 or $20 rather, that will help us to achieve the goal. If we get only 750 students out of the 10,000, then we need each person to give at least $27. And 500 students giving $40 each will ensure that we achieve a $20,000 limit. Today, ladies and gentlemen, is Giving Tuesday. This is a very good reason to give back to Cornwall College. There is a dire need. We need to give hope to the students that are there so they can fulfill their dreams. And also, we can help to restore Cornwall College to what it was in days gone by. There's a link that will appear below this video. I'm asking everyone to click on the link and give a donation. We're asking you to share the link as well. Tell every person who you know, whether they attended Cornwall College or not. We're seeking your help to get the funding to restore that building, the Metalworks building, or the Metalworks department, to what it was. Please, on behalf of all the Cornwall College chapters, the students who you saw in that video, the teachers who you saw in that video, please give anything that you can. You know what the saying is. Every maker makes a, and you can finish that. The red and gold flag is flying. It's not flying as high as we want it to fly, but you can make a difference. You can change the direction in which our school is going at this point. Please take out your card, go to the website, and make a donation. Share the link as many times as you can so that we can get as much as is needed. Thank you very much for listening, and we look forward to counting your donations and reporting back to you when all the equipment has been bought and the entire building or the room or the department has been fixed, and we can show you that your contribution was what contributed to this. Thank you so much, and I will see you soon.